I'm showing you 12 of my favorite things to do at Disney's Hollywood Studios that usually do not have a line. What do you do in between your 100-minute line at Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Rise of the Resistance, Slinky Dog Dash, and more? Perhaps you'll find a new favorite to fill in between those lightning lanes and those long waits. Some of the live entertainment is a great use of a filler attraction. I love both For the First Time in Forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration, as well as Beauty and the Beast live on stage. And these are your current two best bets for being able to walk up and snag a spot without waiting too long. Frozen is truly underrated in my opinion. I think everyone will enjoy this one, adults and kids alike, because the narrators are super funny. And then it's a show where you've got some characters from Frozen as well as singing along to the music, as the name would suggest. But it's a really fun show. It's a great 30 or so minute break in air conditioning, out of the heat, out of the rain. Little ones will like it because of Frozen characters. Parents will like it because of the jokes. This is maybe the most underrated thing in all of Hollywood Studios, and this is a great thing to do when you are waiting in between lightning lanes.
What is this, Bambi? Or The Lion King? Or Tarzan? Or any of the stories I enjoyed in my youth?
Oh, Eric, I know it's very sad, but this is the moment that propels Elsa towards her destiny and moves our story along to the best day ever, Coronation Day!
Coronation! I love instant breakfast.
Over on Sunset Boulevard, you can also see Beauty and the Beast live on stage, which is about a 25 to 30 minute retelling of the story of Beauty and the Beast. That's another one that I love. It's been around forever. And that's another one that you can probably walk up 20 minutes or so before the show begins and be able to get a seat. So I don't recommend using Lightning Lane on either of these because you can use them to fill in between when you're trying to kill time between your entries. The one I would recommend possibly using Lightning Lane is Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. That one does get pretty full unless you're going to usually the first or the last show. So if you have purchased Genie Plus, I would recommend using it at Indiana Jones, but these other two are great fillers, like I said. If you want to visit probably my guarantee for the least amount of people and the least amount of crowds, head on over to Mickey Shorts Theater right here, where you can find Vacation Fun, which is an original short featuring Mickey and Minnie. It was made just for Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's a little short film that airs every 15 minutes or so in a very, very cute theater where you can sit down, get a little AC, and laugh at a little Mickey cartoon. But that's not all. There's actually some very fun photo ops at the end of the show that your kids, especially those that watch the current Mickey and Minnie cartoons, will really enjoy. You don't have to watch the show to come in and do the photo ops if you don't have any interest in seeing the cartoon, but they have some photo ops here with some of the most popular of the Mickey cartoons. So you've got Yodelberg here, you've even got Potato Land, and this is a great place, as you can see, that no one really knows about. Next up, we're right outside Star Tours, which used to be one of my go-to avoid a line attractions, and sometimes in the morning and the evenings it still can be, and it's even not that bad at a 35-minute wait compared to an 80-minute wait for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run and a 105-minute wait for Rise of the Resistance. But what's a fun activity you can do Star Wars themed that you don't have to wait in a long line for? Come right this way into Tatooine Traders, where I'm going to show you how to get one of the most popular souvenirs in Disney. Did you know there's a less expensive version? Here at Tatooine Traders, you can actually build your own lightsaber for a fraction of the cost of the ones at Savi's Workshop. Now, the ones at Savi's Workshop are, of course, more of a, quote, real lightsaber with those breakable blades, as well as those more ornate, beautifully crafted hilts. So if you're a diehard Star Wars fan that wants a collectible, sure, that's going to be your better option. But here at Tatooine Traders, for $29.99, you can build a regular lightsaber. For $44.99, you can build a double lightsaber. And a cast member will help you construct it by helping you pick out the different pieces for the hilt, the different colored blades. It's a really fun take-home souvenir that's a lot less expensive than the other one. Plus, this one you could actually kind of have a little lightsaber battle with because it's just plastic and you don't have to worry about breaking it as much. Building your own lightsaber could be a really fun activity for you and your family. There's normally not too long of a line, and it does tend to move pretty quickly even if there is a little bit of a line. But it'd be a fun thing for a parent and a child to help each other craft their own lightsaber, take it home. Kids are going to love these, even if they don't know what a lightsaber is. I feel like kids just like swords and things like that. So this is a really fun take-home, and not a lot of people realize that it's here. This next one is so near and dear to my heart that if it were to ever close, I might have to chain myself to the building in protest. We're talking Muppets, baby. Even though Muppet Courtyard is a mere ghost of what its potential was, in fact, this is going to be a whole Muppets-themed land with even a Muppets take on the Great Movie Ride. We didn't get that. Unfortunately, Jim Henson passed away as contract negotiations were in the works, but we did get Muppet Vision 3D. This is a short 3D movie featuring Kermit and his Piggy and Fozzie and all of your favorite Muppets, and it is literally hysterical. It makes me laugh every time I've seen it, which is a lot of times. Muppet Vision 3D usually doesn't have too long. It's usually just waiting for the next show to go. So this is a great option if you are looking for an attraction to not wait in line, get out of the heat, get out of the rain, get out of the elements. Muppet Vision 3D is a treasure. Of all ages will love the Muppets. So I love coming back here. I can't wait for the Muppet store to reopen. It still hasn't because there's a lot of great sight gags in there, just like there are in the pre-show here and the show here. But Muppet Vision 3D, I need the Muppet stands to reach out in the comments with me and let me know if you love this one too. This next one is kind of silly, funny, goofy, and just something I do with my friends. This is definitely not an official Disney activity at all, but hey, sometimes the unofficial games you play with your friends and family are the best ones. I'm headed to the Chinese Theater, which houses Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and it's sitting at a beautiful 85-minute wait right now, but we're not going inside. We are going to look at the handprints outside to find my hand twin. Just like the Real Grauman's Chinese Theater over in Hollywood, celebrities of all kinds have put their hands in the cement here in Hollywood studios. And it's fun to challenge your friends and family to tell them to find their hand twin, which just means the one that's going to be the same size as yours. It's kind of a funny Friends reference, but let's get to finding. All right, let's start with George Lucas. His hands are bigger than mine. I don't think I get to count my nails. Danny DeVito. That's pretty good, but only if I can count my nails. Ooh. Angela Lansbury, Mrs. Potts? Is that it? Do I have Mrs. Potts? No, it's still a little big. Do I have small hands? Dick Van Dyke, what an honor that would be. No, way too small. Mary Tyler Moore. Oh, now mine are too big for hers. Robin Williams. No, his are too big. What an honor that would be, too. Ooh, Betty White. Anna Stelghetti and Ruth McClanahan. It's like 3 of the 4 Golden Girls all right here. Oh my gosh. I think it's Rue McClanahan. I think the gift of my life is that Blanche Devereaux and I have the same size hands. Wow. We all learned something today, and I'm honored and gonna go watch the Golden Girls later, which is not unusual. I actually do that kind of regularly. But finding your hand twin, fun little activity that you can do as well. Share your family's made-up games down in the comments so I get more ideas. Another super fun thing you can do to pass the time, especially here in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, is play with your DataPad. This is a function of the Play Disney Parks app, which is a different app than My Disney Experience, and it allows the Star Wars story to come alive even more around you as you'll be doing different jobs for people that communicate you with it in the app. Now, this is a big function of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, but a lot of people don't realize it actually started in Galaxy's Edge, and you don't need to be a Halcyon guest to play with the DataPad. Just open up the app, click that you're in Galaxy's Edge, and you'll start getting messages from people sending you on missions. And I just got one. I have filtered the jobs list, which is down here. You can filter it by first order resistance, nearby, neutral, whatever you'd like. I am being a scoundrel. And this one's over at Savi's workshop, which is not too far away. So I will accept this mission. He wants help acquiring an AT-AT targeting computer. He'll give me 100 credits. You know what? I'm not going to ask him why, because I don't want to get involved. He acquires his parts at Savi's, so I need to go scan the crates. There are a variety of functions within the app. You might have to translate something, scan something where you see these QR codes on crates, hack into panels. I have to make a key. Those are kyber crystals. Those sound helpful for later, but not what I'm doing now. Tracer beacon. Not helpful. I know him. Finally found the right crates. And this can be really fun. There are different tools. You might have to hack into something on the panels. You may have to scan crates. You have to translate something. And it can be a lot of fun and a great way to kill time in Galaxy's Edge. It's especially fun to use in the very long lines that smugglers run and Rise of the Resistance, because in those cases you're typically actually talking to Hondo Ohnaka or Finn, and you're actually engaging with characters that you're then going to see on the attraction. So those lines are very, very long. If you want a good way to pass the time, try doing the DATAPAD. We're headed now into Animation Courtyard, which is a little bit of a shell of its former self, but there's a few very underrated things you can do here. And no, I'm not talking about Voyage of the Little Mermaid. I would if it was open, because it is an underrated show, despite the gigantic Ursula puppy that does scare me. But that's not open right now. But there's a few other things that you may not know are here. For starters, and this really does apply to those with littles more than anybody else, but you've got the Disney Junior Dance Party, which is a very cute show which features a lot of your favorite Disney Junior characters like Vampirina, Doc McStuffins, Timon, Mickey Mouse. But a lot of people don't realize that in addition to the very cute show, there are actually meet and greets out here with some of your favorite Disney Junior characters. You can find times for the Disney Junior characters, which does include Pluto, in the My Disney Experience app. It usually has Pluto, Doc McStuffins, Vampirina, and Fancy Nancy out here, and these are usually the least popular meet and greets because people don't realize they're back here. So if you've got little ones that like those shows, definitely recommend coming back here. I also really recommend Disney Junior. It really encourages kids to get up and dance and be interactive. You get to sit in air conditioning, mom and dad. Your kids get to burn off energy in air conditioning with their favorite characters. What's not to love? Hi, Doc. How are you? You look great today. Doc, I have a question for you. What's your favorite kind of animal? You love all the animals, I know. You have a lot right there. Yeah? Oh, the penguin! That's a good one! That's so cute! Well, thanks, Doc. You like elephants too, with their long trunks? Yes. I saw an elephant the other day. Yeah. Over at the Animal Kingdom. You gotta get over there. You'd love it. I don't know if you can drive yet. No. Have a responsible adult drive you over there. Also here in Animation Courtyard is Star Wars Launch Bay. You may remember that this was once the magic of Disney animation, which was one of my favorite things because you could learn how to draw a Disney character, and they even had real animators at work. But sadly, it's been turned into Star Wars Launch Bay, which does offer some cool Star Wars things. And while the full experience has still not returned, this used to be where you could meet Darth Vader, Chewbacca, BB-8. That hasn't returned yet. There is still a walkthrough exhibit that Star Wars fans especially may want to check out. Inside the launch bay, you'll see some sets from the films, as well as some props that were actually used in the films, which diehard Star Wars fans, I feel like people are missing a lot of this. And it's all here. There's concept art. It's very, very cool. For example, this 620C pod racer was used in The Phantom Menace, and this scouter bike was used in Return of the Jedi. Like, really used on film. I think it's so cool to look at this tiny detailed model of it right here, and then look at the big version. While they have taken a lot of items out of here, there used to be even more props and things to look at. I do recommend a Star Wars fan come in here just for a few minutes to look around at some of the different costumes, the replicas. You can spend some good time in here, and it's air conditioned, so it feels like a great spot to wait out your lightning lane or wait for some of those lights to die down. Plus, that beautiful John Williams music is the score in here. Can't beat it. My favorite on the list, it's Walt Disney Presents, which is part museum and part theater. I know I've talked about this on the channel before, but the first part of this is a museum all about the man behind all this magic, Walt Disney. It's got some actual artifacts that Walt used, and it tells the story of Walt and his brother Roy and how they came to create such a magical place. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize there was an actual person behind all this magic. They don't know much about Walt Disney, so it's great to come in here and kind of look around and learn a little bit about the history.
Different elements in the scene were separated.
Like, this is literally Walt Disney's desk. It's on loan from the archives. This is where he sat during production of movies like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There's also this original sketch from Flowers and Trees. It's just incredible what you'll see in here. Here's one of Walt and Lillian's trunks from their international travels. Like, this is so cool, and not enough people come in here. One of my other favorite things in here is the multi-plane camera. It's just an invention that Disney and his team made to make animation look more 3D.
I'll take a painting and make it behave like a real piece of scenery under the camera.
Look at this diorama of Granny's cabin from the film So Dear to My Heart. Walt Disney himself is the artist that made this. It says it right there. Artist Walt Disney. His hands literally made that. Isn't this cool? Moving through the museum, you see how Disneyland and then eventually Walt Disney World came to life with different attractions. There's models of attractions and theme park items. I know I've showed this before, but maybe somebody missed it, and I just love this. Here is Abraham Lincoln, one of the audio animatronics from Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln that debuted at the 64-65 World's Fair. This is the first human audio animatronic, along with the Carousel of Progress characters. Look how they used to run these things. This is what started it all. And think of how many audio animatronics you've seen throughout the Disney parks. Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion. Think of Hondo and Knockover at Smuggler's Run. And this is how it all started. Well, technically it started with the Tiki Birds, but this is how the humans started. You can also preview things for upcoming projects. There was a lot of Star Cruiser stuff in here, but now that that's open, there are things from the Disney Wish, which is the new Disney cruise ship that's setting sail this summer. Yes, I will be going. I'm so very excited. Get ready for cruise line content. But I love seeing what's next for Disney company. You get a little sneak peek here. I love these little statues that are going to be featured full size, of course, on the ship, but I love looking at these little clay statues, including Rapunzel hanging off the back of the ship, painting the words on it. And in the back of Walt Disney Presents, there is a theater. And the theater shows one of two things. It either shows a movie called Walt Disney Presents about Walt Disney's life, narrated by Julie Andrews, or it shows a clip from an upcoming Marvel, Pixar, Disney, some movie in the Disney universe. So right now they're doing a Turning Red preview, which if you haven't seen it on Disney Plus, it's OMG so cute. For Town Forever, I'm obsessed. So I'm going to watch this little preview clip in a minute. Great place to get out of the air conditioning. But people also don't realize there's usually costumes down here from different movies. The last time I was down here, they had stuff from Captain Jack Sparrow and the Descendants, and it looks like they've changed out a few of the costumes. Here's Bernardo and Anita from West Side Story. And here's Tony and Maria. We are headed down to the very end of Sunset Boulevard for this next one. We are about to ka-chow with your friend of mine, Lightning McQueen, at Lightning McQueen Racing Academy. This is about a 15-minute show that stars one of the best and most underrated animatronics in Walt Disney World, and it's all about Lightning McQueen learning how to use his new training mechanics that they use in Cars 3. Now, I don't think everyone should see this show. It's not a must-do for a lot of people, but we're talking about filler rides here. This one's great if you've got little kids who love cars. This is great if you've got a Disney fan who wants to see an incredible animatronic. There's also some pretty funny adult jokes in there that I don't think your kids are going to get. So Lightning McQueen Racing Academy, definitely not a must-do on a perfect day, but every time I see it, I'm delightfully surprised.
The chick reminded me that in the end, racing isn't about speed and flash and crossing the finish line. It's about the journey you take to get there.
I think I've said like 3 things on this list are my favorite, but this also might be my favorite. And it starts right here in the evening time. While Fantasmic has not returned yet to Disney's Hollywood Studios, there's not a big nighttime spectacular, but there are 2 smaller shows that take place right here projected on the Chinese theater. There's Disney Movie Magic and there's The Wonderful World of Animation. They're those projection shows with great soundtracks that highlight movies that the Disney company has made. Disney Movie Magic focuses a little bit more on live action movies, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, a little bit of Marvel, and then Wonderful World of Animation has clips from almost every single full-length Disney animated and Pixar animated feature films. I love them so much. I get teary every single time. They're just so much fun with lots of different colors and projections. There is a little bit of fireworks as well. It's easy to get to see. You just show up here at the end of the night. They happen back to back. And they're really, really fun. And again, not a lot of people know they exist or they leave before they do. So make sure you check those out. They're one of my favorite things in Disney's Hollywood Studios. Absolutely a must when I'm having a perfect day in this park. Well, that's a wrap on the best things to do at Hollywood Studios that don't have a line. Let me know your favorite and your favorite thing to do without a wait down in the comments. In the meantime, friends, it's been magical. Now go watch Perfect Day at Hollywood Studios. Bye.